And in the South, if you were dark skinned, you were never even identified as a possible Latino. And then came a musical called In the Heights.
And you guys put it on. It was
great. Thank you so much.
I was here too.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
But this musical came about as I was a preteen. And so this is before I still had like a Razor phone. I was listening to it on the original YouTube and LimeWiring it.
Wow.
And it became the musical of my generation that I just came to understand all things beauty and great of musicals and saw myself for the first time. And that musical stayed with my family for years. They went to go see it in Fox. When it closed on Broadway, I turned it on YouTube at 8 o'clock and sang every song to the final number. And when I became 18, we drove to North Carolina to see one of the tours that were going on. And then we got a theater. And one of the first things he kept saying was, when we do it In the Heights. It don't fit. Sorry, it just doesn't fit. When we doing In the Heights, though.
Yeah.
And I took, as many know, I got into school at DePaul and I went to Chicago for 2 years. And in my sabbatical of 2 years, he had full control of the selection of what shows were going to be done. And one of those years he said, we're doing In the Heights.
Yay.
And which forced me to go, now I got to figure out how to make In the Heights. As an artist, sometimes you need the push. And when you do the push, you hope that the payoff is the community. And that's this community that we have in front of us. I came home, I directed it, we figured it out, we created something. And we all had a gift and a blessing that we asked that we gave this away for the community, for ours. And when we say community, it isn't just those that we know, it is that those who present you when you are doing the work that you were gifted to do. And we got gifted a very, very special family. And this special family bought tickets to every performance of In the Heights, which as a director is the greatest honor. As a director, it's your biggest fear. Because they didn't know how it started and the journey it went. And they can really judge your art because they know if you've really done the work that it will stand when you're gone. Where directors aren't there. So if you really have done your work, it will grow, it will progress. And there was this queen that would stand up every night, so proud. Proud like I saw my parents, proud like I saw my grandparents, proud like when we were in New York and we were going to the Puerto Rican Day Parade Festival, right? It just brought home and it let me know I had done my job. I welcomed home. I need to dedicate my space that I created over and over to an individual who has welcomed us to her home. And she's done it by coming over and over. She has come it by being in the back door and saying, yes, I can help. She has done it without ever asking for anything in return. And she has saw my work over and over and has given me the gratitude to know that I'm doing something right. And so this beautiful lobby, this gift of liquor, good food, family and friends, community and love. It needs to be dedicated to someone who embraces all of those things. And so, ladies and gentlemen, if you would, make a big round of applause because this lobby is being dedicated to the one and the only, Miss Grace Schickler.
Really quickly, and we're going to unveil.
Oh my God.
So officially, this is no longer just the lobby. It's all yours, Grace. Thank you for all you've done for us. Thank you for your dedication to us. Scott, I can't leave you behind. When COVID came, he was the first one that said, are you guys okay? What do you need? He was the first one to say, hey, there's something on its way. On my birthday, when I put out a don't give me a gift, but let's do this, Scott came up with an amazing idea that we raised over $20,000. And he donated himself. Grace, you guys are our family, and we're very, very grateful to you guys. And we thought that no one else would deserve this more than both of you. Thank you.
I really am surprised, so thank you very much. And I have a couple of friends here with me, because when I see In the Heights, I do see my family, and I see my home, because I grew up in the Heights.
Wow.
So when I come to see that show and Abuela walks out, my grandmother lived in my apartment building my whole life. She was the lady on the stoop. And so all those songs are so important to me, and I've infiltrated many friends with the soundtrack to the extent that they know the characters, they know the songs. And when I stumbled on probably one of those many radio, TV, something, I was like, wait, they're doing In the Heights? And then I was like, every show I gotta see. I need it as much as I can possibly get it. And your production, we've seen it all over the world. We've seen it in London. We've seen it in New York. We've seen In the Heights hundreds of times. This production was like, it was everything. And just that cast and how they acted like somehow they lived together in the Heights. I mean, they still have some of that mojo with each other because they were just so close. And it was really a gift to me. So just thank you for being here. And I just hope every single person that's here tonight tells at least one other person. I've got a few here. Like, have you been to Marietta Theater in the Square? If you haven't, do you want to come with me? Or can I get you a pair of tickets? Or can I get you over there? Because just the other thing is, I mean, In the Heights does this inherently, but the representation for children who are Afro-Latino, for children who are Black and Asian, who are not seeing themselves on the stage of other theaters, to bring them here and have them watch characters transform and then say, like, are you interested? Do you want to do that at your school? And just give it a shot. I think it's just everything. So I want them to be as successful as possible. So please, just try to get, you tell two friends, and you tell two friends, and so on, and so on, and so on. Thank you so much.
Thank you.